Hello everybody. Hello. Today we are going to be making jam filled biscuits. Okay, now then, I have got some cutters here that I thought would be rather nice for this time of the year, which are heart-shaped cutters. And you need two, one big one and then one smaller one, because we're going to cut out the top biscuit and leave the jam showing. If you haven't got these, you can actually make a template with cardboard, so you could do that. Or I've also got a round cookie cutter and then a much smaller circle that I'm going to cut out for my middle on the top biscuit. Okay, let me go through the ingredients. Now then, we need our sugar, some softened butter, some lemon zest. Now lemon zest is the very outside of the lemon. You don't want to go too far down and get the white, because that's really bitter. Okay, so that's my lemon zest. And then I've got some vanilla paste, or you can use vanilla extract, or you can leave that out. You can also leave the lemon out if you don't think you'll like that. Okay, and then I'll be putting in some flour, some plain flour, and I'll also be doing 1 egg and 1 egg yolk, and I'll show you how I separate them shortly. Okay, now I'm actually going to be doing mine in a machine, a food processor. I struggle with the mixing sometimes, and these are really great. However, if you don't have one of these, it is not a problem. You can just do it by hand with a wooden spoon or a metal spoon. Just see how you get on. Follow the instructions the same way. Okay, and then I've also got some jam for the middle of the biscuits. I've got raspberry, but you can use any flavour jam that you like. And then I have got, what else was I wanting to show you? Rolling pin. You'll need a rolling pin, that's about it, and 2 baking trays with some parchment paper. If you haven't got parchment paper, don't panic. You can just lightly grease with a little bit of butter the trays, just to stop the biscuit sticking. Okay, right, into my food processor I am going to add my sugar, my butter. Now it must be soft. Do not use really freezing cold butter at this point. So it's nice and soft here. Put it in there. Grab another spoon. So I've got my sugar and my butter so far. Then I am going to tip in my teaspoon of lemon zest in here. Don't think I've quite got a teaspoon there. I just used a whole lemon, a lemon zest. And then my vanilla, which I've measured out here, a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, let's move those out of the way. Okay, now I'm going to blitz these until the mixture starts to look quite smooth. Okay. Don't want to do it too much. Okay, it's just coming together nicely. It's looking nice and smooth. Wonder if I can show you that. Let me have a little look. Grab my spoon back. Okay, so it's quite smooth, a bit like a paste. That's what we're aiming for, and we don't want to overdo it. Okay, now then. The next thing we're going to put in is the eggs and the flour. Now, I just thought you'd like to see how I do this. So give me a second. I'll do it with both of the eggs because there are two different ways, but we only want one whole egg and one egg yolk. Okay, so I'm not doing the two eggs completely. So just watch if you can. Try and do it a little bit closer. So I'm just going to break my egg, and then I'm going to use the two parts of the egg to cup the yolk and let the white fall away. You might have seen it, I don't know. Okay, so I'm just going to let that egg white fall away, and then I'm going to tip the yolk back in so I've got all the egg white. Okay, that's how you would do it. So you're then left with your egg yolk in the cup and your egg white in that bowl. But we want the whole egg, so I'm going to pop that back in. I've got a tiny bit of shell in there, and the way to get that out, because it's really slippery, is to just use your shell. Don't try using your fingers, it'll just slip off, but it doesn't slip off the shell. The other way you can do this, I'm just going to use this bowl as well. There's another way. It's a bit more messy, but I find it a bit more foolproof. Sometimes if you're cupping it, the egg yolk can break and then it starts going back in the bowl. This is another way that the chefs do it. I'll show you. So I'm just going to put the whole egg through my hands like this, but I'm keeping the yolk cupped in my hand. Okay, just like that. So I tip it up and up. The yolk comes through the bottom of my hands and I'm left with the yolk, and that's the bit I want now. So I'm putting that into my whole egg in that bowl. Okay, now when you've handled egg, raw egg, you do need to give your hands a really good wash. Don't forget, if I'm going too fast, just pop it on pause. I'm just going to whisk that egg so that it's thoroughly mixed in. Okay. There we go. Move those out of the way. So just make sure it's mixed in. I've not quite done it yet. It's a bit of a funny bowl to be trying to mix. My heart-shaped bowl. Okay, I'm going to add that into my food processor. There we go. Then I'm going to add my flour, my plain flour. I'll just move that out of the way so you can see. Okay, so just tip your flour in. There we go. And we're going to mix it until it resembles breadcrumbs, would you believe? And it starts to then come together as a dough. All right, let's have a little look. Starting to catch on the bottom. I'm going to give it a little bit of a helping hand. Some of the flour still on the top. And knock some of the flour down towards the bottom. One more go should do it. I can see the breadcrumbs on the top, and now because of the egg, it's starting to all bind together. All done. Let me show you what I've got in here now. So, just feels like dough, very soft dough. I'm going to tip it out onto my work surface. And I'm going to get the right flour. The other one's icing sugar, which would be rubbish. Be very careful with this blade. Very careful. Okay. I'm just going to gather it all together. Put some flour on my surface, like this. Gather it all together. And just very lightly knead it. We don't want it to get really warm. Put a bit more flour. I'm going to make it into a circle now. Really big thick circle. I'm going to get some of my cling film and I'm going to go and put this in the fridge because it needs to rest. I'm going to put it in the fridge for 30 minutes wrapped up in cling film. So, see you in a bit. Okay, so I've just got my biscuit dough out of the fridge. Just taking it out of the cling film. And I'm going to put it onto a lightly floured surface. Okay. And keep it into a fairly round shape, but that's not essential. I'm going to dust my rolling pin. And we're going to roll this out until it's quite thin. I'll show you a trick of mine in a second. Just let me start rolling. I'm not going to press too hard, I've just realised, because it's quite sticky and it's cracking a little bit. I'm going to put a bit more flour on my board. Keep it into its shape. A bit more flour on here. Okay. So quite gently, that's better. I was being a bit rough before. I was thinking it was pastry. Okay. I'm trying to get it even so that it's the same thickness. And turn it, and as you turn it, put a bit more flour down. So I'm finding it a little bit sticky. Just press your edges round because they start cracking. Okay, and the thickness we're going to do, it says in the recipe 3 millimeters, which isn't that great. It's kind of, it's hard to measure. So a trick that I've learned is to cut a strip of paper that's 3 millimeters high or whatever height you need, and then you put it on the work surface against your pastry, and I can see I've still got quite a bit of rolling out to do. It's a little bit thicker than the piece of paper, but it's really quite a handy tip, because otherwise I think, oh, my biscuits would be okay like that, but they need a bit of rolling out. So I'm not pressing hard, and this should make, depends on what size your cookie cutter is, but it should make about 18. But because we're doing them sandwiched together with jam, we'll need about 36. Now I don't know with my size cutters whether or not we'll get 36. They might be slightly big cutters. Right, I think I'm nearly there. I'm just not pressing hard on my biscuit dough. It's quite delicate. If you're used to rolling out pastry, you can be a little bit more forceful. See, a little bit's just come off there, but don't worry about that because I'm going to gather all the trimmings up and re-roll. So I'm just going to get my little piece of paper. And I think that is about right. Maybe I've gone a little bit too thin, but let's have a go. So I'm going to use my heart. I might use a couple of circles as well. And I'm just going to start cutting them 3. And then I'm going to lay them very gently on my baking tray. Now they won't spread out too much, so they can go quite close, not touching, just leave a little bit of a gap. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and you can get on with yours. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I have done my cookies, my biscuits on my baking tray, and I want you to get your smaller shaped cookie cutter, and on half your biscuits you need to cut out the middle whilst it's on your baking tray. I'm just going to give it a little shake, and then it's just that bit's come out and it's left a hole. So those will be your tops. Okay, I'm going to put them in the fridge now for 15 minutes. Okay, so they've come out of the fridge now. I've had a little rest. Okay, got 2 trays at the moment, and I'm going to pop them in the oven at 170 for about 10 minutes. I'm going to check mine at 8 minutes. Because my oven can be quite hot. Okay, they just want to go a nice golden colour, not too dark. Okay, see you in a second. Back again. So my cookies, my biscuits have come out of the oven and they're golden brown. Now I don't want to, it's tricky to show you. Just come out of the oven, they're golden brown. They actually took a little bit longer than I thought they would, so you do really need to keep an eye on them when they're in the oven. I'm going to transfer, I've left them for 1 minute on the baking tray, very carefully. They just need to cool for a second, and then we put them on the cooling rack and we wait till they're completely cold. And then there's one more thing to do. We're nearly there. It'll all be worth it. So I've got some icing sugar and I've sprinkled just the pieces with the holes in. Just the pieces with the holes in. I'll give them a good sprinkling of icing sugar. Then I'm going to get a knife. I've got a palette knife. You could maybe use the back of a teaspoon. I'm going to get the base, which is the one without the hole in. Pop some jam in the middle of your biscuit and spread it out towards the edge, but leave a little border. You don't want it oozing out while you're trying to eat it. I will show you. There we go. Then I get my top. Okay, so there's the bottom, and I've left a little border all the way around the edge. I'm going to pop the top on. Very pretty. And I'll just go and do the rest. Ta-da! Here is the finished product. I really hope you've enjoyed making these. I know it's quite a lot of effort, but it can be such good fun, and you can give those biscuits to whoever you want in your family, or just gobble them up yourself. See you next time.